CFL Combine one-on-one with University of Guelph cornerback Siriman Harrison Bagayogo. Siriman, you started playing football when you were 18 years old, very late in your life, because of a bet with your cousin over whether basketball players or football players were better athletes. You're here at the Combine now. We need a definitive answer. Who are the better athletes?
Football players.
Why do you say that?
Because, to play football, you need more than just be able to jump, right? You need to be fast, strong, and then those things. I got nothing against basketball players. I was one before, but the training that we require to play on the field needs a little bit more than what basketball player needs to be successful on the basketball court. So that's why I believe football players are more like a complete package.
Can you still hoop a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I can still give you the work if you want.
Well, you definitely give me the work. So you compete with the Guelph basketball team a little bit? Maybe.
I would say yes. Some people will say no. My friend Willie will say no, but I can give him the work too.
You only played football for 7 years. Is that an advantage for you because you don't have much wear on the tires?
It is and it's not. It is because I'm fresh, so I have the love of the game. I want to compete. I want everything that the game has to offer right now. That's how I would say. And it's not really good in terms of the fact that I still lack some knowledge. But I feel that the way I'm hungry about the game, I'm able to kind of not go towards that. I'm able to find knowledge because I want that knowledge. I want to be the best on the field, so I'm able to talk to the people that are going to give me the knowledge and go around people that are going to make me better. That's why I feel like depending on your idea, depending on your mindset, this can be seen as a bad thing, but if you're hungry, it can be a good thing too.
You're from Bois de Filion, Quebec. Yeah. You're a francophone.
Yeah.
Yet you end up at the University of Guelph. Why was that important for you to go out of province to an English-speaking school?
First of all, I was not speaking English before going to Champlain, right? So for me, be able to go to an English university was kind of okay, at Champlain I was able to study in English. Now I need to kind of pass that edge where I need to be able to speak in English without any problem, right? So going to Guelph was kind of that step where there's no French around me, right? I gotta speak English or I'm not gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? So for me it was okay, now I got the game, it's cool. Guelph was at that time needed player like me. Coming from CJEP, I needed them because I wanted to be on the field. I need to prove that I can be a good football player even though I was young in the game. But that's why it was kind of a good deal for me to go to Guelph, learning English, studying English, have a degree. I also have my province. Also allow me to kind of push myself, because going out of province, going out of home, leaving my home to go outside 6 hours from home, it's kind of a huge deal for me, right? So be able to do it kind of give me the strength of being I can do everything I want. So on the heartbeat right now, I can be I'm gonna go train here in the US. I will go, no problem, right? So Guelph gave me a lot of things. I learned a lot of things being play at Guelph for the past 3 years, and I'm grateful.
Do you think that willingness to jump right into the deep end and take the leap of faith, will that serve you well in your CFL career?
What do you mean by that, jumping?
Well, going into a unique environment where it's not your first language, it's out of province, all those things you just spoke about, does that serve you well as a rookie when you enter your career?
I think so, yes, because now it's how many players out of Quebec are going they're gonna go play in BC, in Calgary, Winnipeg, and I don't know how many, but most likely when you go there, that's gonna be a challenge, right? But for me, it's beside the playbook, the language is not no more. Mm-hmm. So I can focus really on the playbook, and then I can communicate with my coaches and the people that are around me to help me easily. So like for me, it's like a I would say like a gadget in my pocket, kind of.
You certainly adjusted very quickly on the field. 3 seasons at Guelph, you were an All-Canadian at cornerback the last 2. In fact, you only allowed 16 catches in your entire collegiate career. What is it about you physically that allowed you to be so dominant in college?
I will say it's not about the physicality. I think it's the mindset, and then it's also what you do outside of the practice field and the game field. Is like what you're doing in the film room. That's more likely what people don't see. The work that you're putting that people don't see. This is where really like 90% of the game is played. That's my game is played. Is I watch a lot of film. I train a lot to make sure I have the physicality and the ability to do what I want to do on the field. So if I want to play man-to-man, I know I need a certain type of speed. I need to be able to move a certain way. So my body needs to be able to stretch, react, which is my mind. So like I kind of like get the cues from the film, and then I do the workouts in the summer and everything I got to do to make sure I got to play what I want to play on the field.
You did a lot of press man coverage at Guelph. That's not something that corners in the CFL are asked to do a ton. Mm-hmm. What's your response to teams this week when they ask you if your skill set's going to translate?
I mean, I think so. The format that Guelph gave me was to, the mandate I would say was to play man. They asked me, can you guard this guy? Coach McPhee asked me, can you guard this guy every game? Can you guard the best receiver? I told them, yeah, I can do it. So if the coaches, any team ask me the same thing, can you guard this guy that way? I would say I would do it. Because at the end of the day, I'm a football player, I'm a DB and a corner. So that means that every position that they put me on, I need to be able to adapt myself to it. And then I believe this is one of my strengths, be able to adapt to any type of challenge that come at me.
You and I first met each other in January at the College Gridiron Showcase in Fort Worth, Texas, where you were able to compete against some pretty high-level NCAA competition. What did you gain from that experience?
I think I will say confident, because before going down there, like we all living in this world where the U.S. it's a better football, but I don't believe that, to be honest. And then going to Texas, kind of prove myself that I can compete against them, and then most of the players in the youth sport can compete against them, and then and pretty much I think that gave me the strength, but the courage to be like, I can face any U.S. player from the ACC to any division they wanna bring at me. I will do it.
You got a couple of NFL interviews down there, which isn't typical for a Canadian prospect coming from youth sports. Have you had any more conversations with NFL teams since then?
No, but training. I was training in Florida at EXO, and then over there I was coached by a great coach. He was playing. I think he spent 10 years in the league. And then from his experience and all that, I was able to, through him, I was able to get some more looks with some NFL teams, and hopefully after this, we'll see what's gonna happen.
Exos, that's a major training facility for combine training down in the States for major NFL prospects. I understand you've been working out with Jackson Smith-Njigba, a projected first-round pick from Ohio State. What was it like working with him over the last little bit?
Jackson's a good guy. He's really quick and twitchy. I mean, going against him and seeing the way he moved kind of like pushed me to kind of like craft more my press man coverage. Something I want to try tomorrow against the guy. See how it's gonna look against youth sport players again. So that's what I'm really excited for, because going against those type of guys, it's like you gotta craft again and always change your way of playing. And then he's a cool guy. I like his vibe, and hopefully he's gonna get drafted earlier than that.
Who wins in the one-on-one between you and Smith-Njigba? I'm
a DB. Come on, you already know the answer. I will win 100% of the time.
You recently got a chance to work out at the University at Buffalo Pro Day. You're going to test at the Combine tomorrow. What can we expect from you athletically in the testing?
I mean, I think you guys should look for a guy who's gonna give everything. That's 100%. Takes testing days and sometimes doesn't go the way you want it to go. So I don't want to predict something that might happen, not happen. But the only thing I can guarantee you is I'm gonna give my 100% on that field and try to get the best number as possible.
Can you run as fast as Smith and Jigba?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, Siriman. Have a great Combine.